7 brand new platformers are leaping onto Steam this week, and every single one has a completely different trick up its sleeve. We've got Gravity You Can Flip, a game you control by screeching like a bird, and a king the size of your thumb clawing back his crown. Boots laced? Let's jump in. 1. Last Lumen Night. Alright, let's kick this off in a world that has fallen to corruption, where the light is basically running on empty. Last Lumen Night is a 2D action platformer roguelike, but here's the twist that had me raising an eyebrow. It runs on probability mechanics. So every run, you're not just chaining precise jumps and swinging through combat, you're gambling a little with how the odds fall. The battlefields shift randomly every time you dive back in, which means no two attempts ever feel the same. And because this whole thing is free to play, there is genuinely zero excuse not to try it. Precise platforming with a roguelike heartbeat and a layer of luck stacked on top, that's a combo I don't see nearly enough. If you love tight movement but crave a little chaos mixed in, this one absolutely deserves a spot on your list. 2. Last year's model. Now, here's a concept that is almost cruel in the best possible way. In last year's model, you are the one designing the levels. Sounds empowering, right? You get to be the architect. Except as the difficulty climbs and that timer starts ticking down, you slowly realize you might just be building your own downfall, brick by careful brick. Every trap you place, every gap you carve out, comes right back around to haunt you. It's this deliciously self inflicted kind of challenge where there is nobody left to blame but the person holding the controller. That's you, by the way. I love action platformers that flip the usual script, and handing level design straight to the player like this is such a bold little hook. If you enjoy games that quietly dare you to outsmart yourself, this one is going to get under your skin in the most satisfying way. 3. Gravity Whipped. Ever wanted to just grab gravity itself and yank it in a whole new direction? That is the entire pitch of Gravity Whipped, and honestly, it's a fantastic one. This is a 2.5D puzzle platformer built around the Gravity Whip, a tool that lets you flip which way down actually points as you whip your way through the mysterious maze of dreams. You'll be leaping over spike pits, scooping up coins and gems, and pouring all of that straight into upgrading your character and cracking open hidden secret levels. There's a lovely brain teasing rhythm to a game where the ground itself can betray you at any second. It keeps you thinking just as much as reacting. So, how far are you actually willing to push it? If gravity bending puzzles sound like your kind of playground, this is one to keep a close eye on. 4. Level up Tiny King. Okay, picture the tiniest king you can possibly imagine, kidnapped and chucked straight into the dungeons. Rude, honestly. Level Up Tiny King is a solo survivors like auto shooter platformer, which means you are clawing your way upward while endless waves of adorable little enemies swarm in to stop you. The auto shooter part keeps the action flowing, so you can focus on positioning and survival. And as you climb, you grow stronger, stack up power, and recruit magical buddies to fight alongside you. The goal? Claw back that throne that was so rudely stolen. There's something so charming about a power fantasy wrapped up in cute chaos like this. It is launching in early access, so you'd be jumping in nice and early while it grows. If you love that one more run survivors loop, but want it built vertically on a platformer, this little royal comeback story is an easy recommend. 5. Hamish. Now we shift gears hard, because Hamish does not want you standing still for even a second. This is a fast paced, momentum driven action platformer where every single step could genuinely be your last. You'll be running, jumping, and grappling your way through rising lava, snowy mountain peaks, neon drenched cityscapes, and more, all while ruthless enemies do everything they can to end your run. The whole thing is built around speed and precision, that gorgeous flow state where you stop overthinking and just move. And with that grapple in your kit, the levels basically become a playground for anyone who loves chaining momentum without ever touching the brakes. Can you keep the pace up when one tiny mistake wipes everything? That tension is exactly what makes momentum platformers like this so addictive. If you crave that high speed, high stakes platforming buzz, Hamish belongs on your radar right now.
6. KOOO to jump.
All right, I saved something genuinely unhinged for right about here. KOOO to Jump is a hardcore precision platformer, but here's the kicker: you control it with your voice. You literally have to crow. You sustain a continuous coo to make your character leap, scaling a brutal Fadian style map spread across 60 separate camera zones. Yes, it is one of those rage games specifically designed to make you lose your dignity, and probably to annoy anyone within earshot of your microphone. Just picture yourself screaming a steady bird noise at your screen while you slip off the exact same ledge for the 20th time. Comedy gold. It even ships with controller support and a practice mode, so there is a tiny sliver of mercy tucked in there somewhere. If you love punishing climbers with a completely ridiculous twist that turns your voice into the controller, you have to see this one to believe it. 7. Point Rush. And to bring us home, let's talk about pure flow. Point Rush drops you into a dynamic, fluid platformer that is all about movement feeling absolutely silky smooth. The core loop is chaining precision jumps, optimizing your routes, and dodging every danger the level throws at you without ever breaking stride. What I really dig is the freedom baked right in here. You can chase a monster high score, hunt down the perfect speedrun time, or just cruise through it purely for fun, because the game hands you the playstyle instead of forcing one on you. Everything is wrapped in this sleek, optimized world that clearly cares about feeling clean and responsive. It is arriving in early access, so it will keep evolving as players dig in. If leaderboards and shaving milliseconds off your best route light a fire in you, Point Rush is the perfect note to close today's lineup on. That's the whole lineup for this week. If even one of these got your thumbs itching, do the devs a solid and toss it on your Steam wishlist. It genuinely helps these small teams more than you know. And if you want more indie platformers surfaced every single week, go ahead and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.